All right, let's talk about something we all deal with. In today's world, we're just drowning in information, right? But what if there was a way to not just manage it, but to actually understand it and unlock your creativity at the same time? Well, there is. It's a powerful technique called mind mapping, and we're about to dive into exactly how it can change the game for you. So, does this sound familiar? You've got like a million ideas buzzing around for a project, your notes are scattered everywhere, maybe you're trying to study for a big exam, but it all just feels like a complete jumbled mess in your head. It's that classic feeling of information overload, and trust me, you are definitely not alone. And this mental clutter, it actually shows up in some really specific ways. Maybe your notes are pages and pages long, but you can never find the key points when you need them. Or you have that brilliant idea in a meeting, only to poof, it's gone an hour later. Or maybe you're just staring at a problem, totally stuck. These are all signs that your traditional line by line way of thinking might be holding you back. But here's a thought. What if instead of fighting against how our brains are wired, we just worked with them? That's the whole promise of mind mapping. See, it's not just another organizing tool, it's literally a map for your thoughts. So, what is a mind map, really? At its heart, it's a diagram that lays out information visually. But the secret sauce, the reason it works so well, is that it's designed to mimic how our brains actually function. I mean, think about it. Our brains don't think in neat lines and bullet points, right? They jump around, making connections and associations. A mind map just puts that beautiful, chaotic process down on paper. The whole thing is built on a concept called radiant thinking. It's a great way to picture it. Imagine your main idea is the sun, right in the center. All your other thoughts, your subtopics, all the little details, they just radiate outwards from that central point, kind of like rays of light, or maybe the branches of a tree. It's just a supernatural and intuitive way to explore an idea from every possible angle. And the benefits? Oh, they are huge. When you start working with your brain instead of against it, you see some incredible improvements. You're not just taking notes anymore. You're building this web of understanding that actually boosts your memory. You're not just listing tasks, you're seeing the entire project at a glance, which makes you way more productive and makes solving problems so much simpler. All right, so we get what it is and why it's so powerful. Now, how do we actually build one? Let's get into the nuts and bolts and break down the anatomy of a really great mind map. Every great mind map is built from 5 key ingredients. First, you start with your central idea. That's your main topic. Then you've got your main branches, which are the big themes that shoot out from the center. Now, here's a crucial tip. Use single keywords instead of long sentences. It keeps your ideas potent and easy to scan. Then you bring it all to life with colors and images. These are amazing memory triggers. And finally, you use connections, little arrows and lines, to show how everything links together. It's a simple structure, but man, it can hold some seriously complex information. Okay, now for the fun part. The theory is great and all, but the real magic happens when you actually do it yourself. And I promise, getting started is way simpler than you think. Let's walk through it right now. It really just takes 4 simple steps. 1. Start in the center, grab a blank page, turn it sideways, landscape mode, and put your main topic right in the middle. 2. Add your main branches. Think of these like the big chapter headings for your topic, and make them thick and curved, not straight lines. 3. Now start adding your keywords and simple doodles. And seriously, don't worry about being an artist. A little stick figure or a symbol works perfectly. And 4. Connect everything. As new ideas pop up, just add smaller, thinner branches and draw lines to show how they relate. And that's it. You've made a mind map. So, once you've got the basics down, a few little tips can really take your maps from simple doodles to, these incredibly powerful thinking tools. Let's take a quick look. First up, choose your weapon. Good old pen and paper is fantastic. I mean, the physical act of drawing and writing actually helps lock information into your brain. But digital apps are great too. They give you flexibility, infinite space, and you can share them easily. Honestly, there's no right answer here. Just experiment a bit and see what feels best for you and your workflow. And to really get good at this, just keep a few things in mind. Always start with a clear goal. What are you trying to figure out? Use hierarchy, thicker lines for the big ideas, thinner ones for the details. It helps guide your eye. And remember, a mind map isn't set in stone. It's a living document. Refine it as you go. But all these tips, they really boil down to one thing: practice. The more you do it, the more this way of thinking just becomes second nature.
And that really is the key, isn't it? Just like any valuable skill, it's gonna take some practice. But it's so important to remember that the effort really does pay off. The whole point is that, yeah, mastering this takes some time, but the rewards you get back in productivity and creativity are absolutely worth it.
So that brings us to the end. The only thing left to do now is for you to actually try it yourself. So I'll leave you with this question. That project you've been putting off, that complex subject you need to learn, that big decision you have to make. What's the first big idea you're going to map out?